Hi everyone. Today I'm very excited because we are heading to St. Kilda. The brand new St. Kilda Pier has finally opened to the public and I can't wait to walk along the new pier. We are so keen to check it out and see what's new. We are visiting a penguin viewing experience tonight. For this you will have to pre-book this and our session was at 9:30 and we are really looking forward to it. And seriously, make sure you bring a jacket. It gets so cold out there in the evenings. Come along with us as we spot some cute little penguins.
With me on the platform, I have one of our wonderful Earth Care St Kilda volunteer penguin guides. We have Robert out the end here. So I would like to pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging and extend that respect to any traditional owners who may be joining us tonight. Now, before I get into anything penguin-wise, I am just going to go through a couple of housekeeping rules just to make sure we all enjoy the evening without disturbing the penguins. So firstly, I would like to ask that we do remain quiet and calm while we are viewing the penguins tonight. You will see a massive pile of rocks. This is what we like to call the St Kilda Breakwater. It was first built in 1956 for the Melbourne Olympic Games to create a safe start for sailing events. Now, it didn't take long for our little penguins to swim along, discover it, and decide to call it home. It was in 1974 that the penguins were first officially recorded nesting in between the rocks of the breakwater. Today, our population is estimated to stand at around 1,400 individuals, nesting all the way from the start of the breakwater, so the gate you came in, to the very end, if you can see it out there in the bay. So the penguins you are looking at, I've been calling them the little penguin. They are called the little penguin, but you may also know them as the blue penguin or the fairy penguin. We like to call them the little penguins because they are just that. As you can see, they are very little. Their scientific name is also Eudicola minor, which means good little diver. So we find little penguin to be a very fitting name for them. They are the smallest of they have been during their day fishing in the bay. So every night we come out here, we do hope to see some really chunky penguins, because a chunky penguin is a healthy penguin, and it's a sign that our colony is doing really well. So during the day, all the penguins, or most of the penguins, will head out to sea to feed. They will spend the day swimming around looking for small fish, like anchovies or sardines. Once it does start to get dark, they will gather in groups offshore. They will sit offshore and watch and wait for it to get a little bit darker before they start to swim in together. We call these groups rafts. They will swim in their rafts up and around the end of the breakwater and then head to their individual nests. So at the moment, we have a lot of activity here on the breakwater. That is partially because it is breeding season, which means we have a lot of parents who are coming home to feed chicks and or incubate eggs. Now, I gave a couple of you a challenge as you walked in, and that was to find the two chicks that have been quite active and hanging around tonight. Has anyone managed to spot them? Yeah, so if you haven't already seen them, we do have two little chicks, probably about 4 or 5 weeks old, being super active coming out. They have already been fed, but make sure you come and have a look at them before the end of the session. Now, our penguins are very clever. If you come down here during the day, you won't see many of them out and about. They will be hiding away in their nest. But they know that when it gets dark, their main predators, which are birds of prey, like sea eagles, hawks, or kites, will have gone to roost or to sleep for the night. And that means that they can then come out and hang around and have their penguin parties on the rocks like they are doing now, without that threat looming over them. Now, unfortunately, it's not just sea eagles that do threaten these penguins, especially a colony like this one, which have probably the best real estate in Melbourne, with the beautiful view of the Melbourne skyline. Being right next to a metropolitan city does come with its challenges. Our little penguins are constantly under threat of plastic pollution. We do often what that means is lots of us, their volunteers will come out, scan the entire breakwater and pick up any pieces of litter they do see. Last month, they collected 37 kilograms of litter from the breakwater alone. To give you some context, that was within the space of just 2 hours. So it does show how big of an issue litter is for these little humans. There is more good news, and that is there is something you can all do to help us with this issue. That is what we like to call taking free for the sea. So that means anytime you're outside, whether you're walking along the beach or walking your dog in a park, we would like to ask you to pick up 3 pieces of litter that you see and dispose of them correctly in a sealed bin. Now that does go for tonight as well. If you do have any litter on you or wax on you, we will ask that you please pop it in your pocket or your bag. You may notice that there are no bins on the platform or on the pier. So doing that will help us make sure we keep the pier and Port Phillip Bay clean for all wildlife as well as the people that visit too. So I'm going to wrap up and leave it at that and let you all enjoy the incredible sight that is the 𝕋 Kilda ℙenguins. Now please ask us any questions you have. If you do have any issues throughout the day, please pop up and ask any of us in Turo. We are more than happy to solve anything. Again, my name is Tia. I have Robert with me on the platform. And up at the gate we have Luke and James. Feel free to ask the questions on your way out. So thank you all again for coming this evening and enjoy the rest of your viewing session.
All right, that's it for today. It's time for us to head back home. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will see you in the next one. Bye bye.